Hi everyone, my name is Pichanalo Howard Input. This is my AI for all five final projects AlphaMemo, an AI research copilot for practice stock trading. Let's look at what I will cover today. I split this presentation into 6 parts: scope and purpose, how I build it, ethical impact, data privacy, mitigation strategy, and future improvement. Let's start. What is AlphaMemo? AlphaMemo mimics how professional fund managers analyze stock. It combines real-price data, financial headlines, and AI to produce structured research summary. But to be clear, this app does not price like trade. It does not give personal financial advice, and it does not claim guaranteed return. It is strictly an education tool for students and financial enthusiasts. Now let me show you how it works. This is the app look like. The first thing you see before any analysis, this is warning. Price may be delayed. Results are simulations. Do not use for real money. Transparency start you even click anything. At this blue box. The blue box say running basic mode, no API key, but the app still work without a key. Stockpile and company info still come from Yahoo Finance. It's real data. Only the new sentiment swift to simple word matching formula instead of code AI. The app tell you exactly what is real and not real. This is a honest design. This is the part I'm most proud of. The full explainable AI breakdown. Step 1 show which was in new score positive or negative. Step 2 every pi factor in table with point and plain English meaning. Step 3 show the final decision. New score plus pi score equal total. And the confidence formula show like here. It even say these numbers are designing choice, not statistically proved values. Nothing is hidden. Every decision is explained. This is responsible AI. Now, I will show you with API key. Code read the full context of its headline. It's like a popular research member with thesis, catalyst, and links. The gap between the two models. That's why transparency about AI capabilities matters.
At the very bottom, show is the safety and ethics checklist. Every item here is built into actual code, not just words on screen.
Let me walk you through the tools I use to build this. The core is Python and Streamlit for the interface. Yahoo Finance via Finance for real market data. Panda, NumPy, and Podly for data processing. For AI, I use Anthropic Claude API. For development, we Code with GitHub Copilot for code completion. And Course as main AI assistant throughout the whole project. I also deploy everything on GitHub and Streamlit Cloud. Those AI tools play a bigger role than just writing code. Code play 5 roles: architect, developer, debugger, ethic reviewer, and teacher. GitHub Copilot provides code completions directly in the editor. The biggest advantage was speed. What would have taken weeks took days. But the AI-generated code was often broken and need manual fixing. I never used AI output blindly. Ethical judgments always has to be mine, and that brings us to the ethical impact. Even in practice context, AI financial tools carry real ethical stack. I identify 4 key concerns. First, algorithm bias. My keywords list reflect my own vocabulary and cultural context. Second, transparency. User must understand why the AI gives a signal. Third, overconfidence. AI output can look more certain than they really are. Fourth, equity of access. The app requires internet and English, unfair for some users. Identifying risks was step 1. Doing something about them was step 2. I found bias at 4 stages and built a mitigation into each one. Data collections. Show a warning when real data is unavailable with a synthetic data disclaimer. Keyword sentiment. In API mode, code lists full context instead of matching a fixed word list. LLM analysis. Confident cap prevent overconfident about big bang. Momentum strategy. Volatility penalty built in. Strategy explained in plain English. That plain English explanation tie into my next focus, explainable AI. The core ethical principle. User must understand why the AI designed, not just what is designed. The app shows exact buy, sell, or hold condition in plain English. The confidence formula is fully disclosed. 45% baseline, part 8% per point, cap at 85%. It shows which new phrase cause file positive or negative. And it always tells you Claude AI or basic formula, real data or simulated. Transparency protects understanding, but I also had to protect user data. All market data and news come from Yahoo Finance, fully public. But calling the Anthropic API, I only send the stock ticker and headline, no personal data. The user API key is stored in session memory only, never log or save, and no user account or personal information are collected at all. Now let me show you the safeguard built into the code. I built 8 ethical safeguards directly into the system. 1. Confidence gap at 85%. Never came certainly. 2. No look-ahead bias. All signals use previous day data only. 3. Transaction cost. Automatically deduct from every backtest result. 4. Late warning banner when data is synthetic. 5. Honest when no API key, not a fake score. 6. Full step-by-step XAI explanation in plain English. 7. No P-select stock bias. Work for any ticker. 8. Disclaimer on every page. How does this measure up against professional AI standard? I evaluated AlphaMemo against the responsible AI principle. Transparency, accountability, non-maleficence, and privacy fully met. Fairness and robustness only partially met. The app still favor English speaker and large US stock. At the scoring test, who are my own design choice, not statistically trained. And that gave me a clear roadmap of what's come next. 6 directions for improvement. First, replace the keyword list with Finbird, a model trained specifically on financial language. Second, use walk-forward backtesting to reduce look-ahead bias more effectively. Third, expand to international stock with multi-language support. Fourth, integrate seg-filling analysis such as reading 10K reports. Fifth, add a regulatory compliance layer to meet financial industry requirements. Sixth, include a human in loop override, so analysts can review AI signals before users see them. Before we wrap up, here are my references. I use 2 academic references and 1 website source. For AI tools, Claude was my main development assistant throughout the project. GitHub Copilot helped with code completion in the editor, and the Claude API powered the app at runtime. AlphaMemo proves the AI can support financial research not by predicting the future, but by organizing information into structure, auditable analysis. Building AI with AI creates a real ethical responsibility. The AI is a powerful partner, but the human must always stay in the driver's seat. Thank you so much for your time.